So it looks a little sloppy, I know, but um, I found this stuff called liquid electrical tape, and this stuff does wonders. I mean, instead of using the actual electrical tape, you can just seal off any type of electrical connection that you have, especially stuff that like bolts into like a post or something. And so what ended up happening was like my winch cables, these little rubbery doohickey bobbers here, they didn't really do a good job on keeping all the moisture out. And what ended up happening was, I'm guessing these wires became corroded, and some of these, well, these didn't get corroded that much. It was mostly these up here for some odd reason. But what this liquid electrical tape does, what it puts like a really good seal around like the post itself and actually around the cable. And this is going to prevent most of this like water and moisture from actually getting in versus relying on these bad boys. I mean, I'm still gonna like pull these things over because I just got lazy, got tired, but I'm gonna actually pull these little things over the cap just to cover it up. But this liquid electrical tape is gonna do all the work. And like I said, I got this thing replaced, redid the cabling up here, and now my winch actually freaking works the in and the out. Because at first I thought I was going to replace this whole dang winch, but turns out it was actually just this cable was actually corroded from the inside, and I had to like redo every last one of these cables. But like I said, it looks kind of sloppy, I know, but I'll take functionality over aesthetics any day. But like I said, all I gotta do is cover these things up. But yeah, winch is back in action, and I'm actually happy about that. And I'm actually able to still keep my low profile, meaning like the solenoid and all this stuff is not visible, because like all the wiring stuff is gonna be tucked inside of this thing here. And like I said, it just goes for a clean look. Don't have that, you know, that big old box blocking the Bronco logo. So everything is just nicely put. Decided to also relocate this light bar. Yeah, this thing is super long, so it didn't really do well riding up here because it stuck out. So what I did was I just brought it down, and now it has the protection of these things from being hit all the dang time or getting caught on everything versus being up there. I mean, it still sticks out a little bit, but it's less likely to get caught on stuff and going through the woods in. Because I know I've ripped it off so many times because it's stuck up top and it caught a branch and it just snatched right off. So plus I think it gives it like gives it a better, cleaner look by it being underneath this bar versus up top. For those who may have a rattle in the back of their truck, on the back of their Bronco, I know I made a previous video that that there's a bolt that goes like right there that may have caused some rattling. I discovered something else with these little cheap, sorry, I almost dropped the phone. Discovered something else cheap with these cheap speakers that Ford made. So I discovered like half my shit was like ripped. I know I could probably just go and buy another speaker. I know, oh my god, why are you wasting your time trying to fix this crap? Well, thing is, I don't feel like driving to town trying to find a speaker. Because for one, I'm on vacation, two, I don't feel like driving anywhere. So what I did was I just pretty much sealed it off with some goop, let it dry, and the rattle is now gone. So this is for those who want just a little cheap fix until they decide what they want to do for a sound system, because I still don't know what I want to do for a sound system. But for now, with this being no sound system, I'm just gonna fix it until it just can't be fixed anymore, and then I'll decide to get a new one. But yeah, there's another source for those with a rattle. It's because you have blown out your speaker. Okay, so this video is just for those very few people who have managed to knock their mirror off their truck. Hopefully this is only a select few of you guys. But anywho, most of the time it's probably not really broken. There's this little, you can see this little thing down here, this little piece here. So focus on that. Yeah, so that piece there, it sits on a spring, and that spring has got to be compressed, and it pretty much that little piece here locks into like a little groove inside of here. I've already locked it in place. I'm not finished how to take the thing back off because I should have recorded this before. But anywho, if you take your mirror apart and you know your mirror's dangling, you're probably gonna notice this little piece here is gonna be pushed all the way up to here. And it's just gotta get compressed back down and it locks into little grooves. And once you lock it into that groove there, your mirror is gonna be back fine. However, that spring is very hard to compress. So a lot of y'all are probably gonna go to Ford and get it replaced, but I'm all about doing it my damn self because I don't have time to sit here and let my truck sit at a Ford dealership for 8 weeks because I like to drive and do things in my truck. So I like to do it all myself. But yeah, it's gonna lock into little grooves inside of here and it pretty much is gonna lock it back into place. And then you'll be all set. Just put it all back together and you're good to go. Okay, so I added in these pretty much pipe insulators. I added them underneath the crossbars there because so I have, like I said, half soft top here. But I've noticed ever since I added this roof rack up here, I first had like whistling noise from here, so I added in like a little shield here. But I'm guessing that created turbulence on top up here, and it caused the roof to like pretty much like flop and like flap in the wind, and it was just flapping up against those cross members, and it was just tapping. So I decided to get some insulating bars, just like I said, zip tie them. Insulating foam, my bad, not insulating bars. Insulating foam and zip tie them up there, and the noise with that tapping noise stopped significantly. So it's a lot quieter in the cabin. I get it, it's hard top, it's meant to be loud, but anything to cut down noise, I'll do. Okay, so something else that I ran into an issue with in Alaska, well, it's just all over, but just up here in Alaska, what I've run into is I got a very bad alignment job done by Ford. I mean, I'm not scared to point them out because I've done it before, but they did such a bad job with the alignment, and I had to wait another like what was it, like 6 or 7 weeks to get another appointment with another shop up here because I didn't want to just go back to Ford again because I'm like, they've already botched a few jobs already and I don't know why I went to them anyway. But like I said, I had a bad alignment job done. I had to wait like 6 or 7 weeks or so to go to another shop who also did a very bad alignment, because then it's just like, so this is how the, like this is your tire straight on or whatnot. It's like when Ford first did it, they kind of canted them in this way for some godforsaken reason. And they're telling me, oh, it'll settle in or it'll straighten up. But I was like, after like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, hey, this is not right. And they're like, but oh, we're still booked up. We'll try to get you in probably like the next month or so. I'm like, bruh, like what the heck? So that's when I went to another mechanic shop up here, and then they did the alignment. I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna go well, expecting, tires to be straight, but instead, this is the product I got next. It's like, instead of it being like canted this way, how Ford freaking did. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating, but they were leaned in when Ford did it, and then when the other shop did it, it was bowed out. I'm just like, bruh, like, do people in Alaska just not know how to do alignments? But I kind of realized when I saw the people in there, when I finally saw some of the mechanics who were working on it, not to knock young people. I do love giving the young folks a chance, but some of the young folks, they just don't take the pride in their work like how a lot of mature mechanics do. And it wasn't until I got to another town in Alaska called Wasilla, went out to Midas, because I didn't want to run the risk of going back to Ford, because like that, they kept giving me the runaround, they kept giving me craziness. But anywho, went to Midas and Wasilla, and they took one look at it and saw that, my tire is clearly canted out like this, or whatever the word is, but they're like this, and they're like, oh my gosh, like who the heck did this? And I'm like, Ford and another mechanic shop down in Anchorage. They're like, yeah, that was your problem. And even they joked around and said, "Oh yeah, yeah, young folks don't really understand it, but you know how old folks talk." Um, Anywho, what ended up happening was in that like 8 to 12 weeks that I'm waiting to get alignment jobs done, my front tires were pretty much ruined. Like, cause like the outside tread, here's a tire here. Like over here, you know, these treads look fine, but these over here, they're like smooth. Like from here out, it's like smooth as crap. And there's just like no traction in this area whatsoever. And it was like this for both tires on the front. So I'm like, crap, now I gotta buy another set of tires to replace these. So that's what I ended up doing. And but like I said, the Midas up here in Wasilla, they hooked me up. They got me all straight. So, you know, I got new set of tires in the front, took, you know, did a whole little tire rotation. So now got newer tires in the front now, and the tires that were on the back are now back on the back. So now it's, you know, kind of how it's supposed to be. And then these are gonna wear down, then do another rotation whatsoever. But anywho, but yeah, that's just been some of the fiasco mess that I've been dealing with. And I really want to appreciate Wasilla's Midas, or Midas and Wasilla, for really fixing this alignment job, because this has been like 8 to 12 weeks of just getting like botched jobs and having to deal with worn out tires, and then trying to find this dang tire brand new versus a used one, because I wanted a brand new one to pair with the spare, and I just swapped them out. But I'm probably going to end up swapping these tires out because like I said, this is my, I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, I ain't trying to be like the coolest dang Bronco, but my goal with this Bronco here is to be budget build as possible. And these 37s right here, originally they were like, what, $240 a tire. I was like, okay, that's not bad for 37s, you know. I'm like, not too bad. But now these things are approaching the $400 mark, and I'm like, yeah, when I go to replace these and if they're still at the $400 mark, I can't get a new set of these, because like it kind of defeats the purpose of my budget build Bronco, because like that's just what I do. I try to go for the cheapest options and see how they are. I know everyone else is like, oh, I want to go with the, you know, the Mickey Thompsons or those Falcon Wild Peaks, whatever. I'm like, cool, but you know, like a lot of people just ain't got that kind of money. So I just like to showcase all the budget stuff I've got on this thing. And so, like I said, this is project budget build right here, because like everything on this thing is literally on a budget, and it's fairly affordable if you like catch the deals at the right time and all that wonderfulness. But yeah, this is going to start the series of me showcasing like project budget builds right here, because like ain't nobody got time to be spending all that money just to go tear the trucks up, especially if you actually off-road your vehicle and don't just let it sit in your driveway and be a pavement princess. So yeah, this is going to start the series of project budget build.